Hey guys, welcome back to Unicorn Magic. So today we are going to be doing a squishy makeover. Frankly, I need to because I haven't done one in literally forever. I think the last one I did was the beginning of last year. It was 8 months ago that I did my last one. Actually, you guys really liked. So I'm hoping you guys like this one. These are the squishies that I'm going to be doing today. I do throw in 2 extra bonus squishies at the end of the video, so stay tuned if you want to see that. Not this one. I'm using him for parts. But this is a little olive-eyed tiger that has a neck injury and a melting body. And then this one is already been painted, but I never finished it, and I don't know why there's a face drawn onto it. Honestly, I can't remember. It's very squishy. I want to turn these into Christmas-related somethings. But I have this snowman, which I'm just going to use for parts. I just want that. Just give me that. So let's get into this. So we are going to be starting with this tiger. He is definitely interesting with his melting body and olive eyes. Also, very important discovery. My Welch's fruit snack wrapper matched this mat perfectly. I mean, just look at it. It's like the same color. Anyways, back to the tiger. He has a massive rip in his neck and is just so ugly. It's okay, little buddy. We're gonna fix you right up. I'm going to use some puffy paint to seal those rips. Some nice finger painting, and that's going to take 8 years to dry. So in the meantime, I'm going to scalp this little snowman. I'm just going to take your hat and then turn half your head. The foam inside was actually really squishy, and I was very amused by the fact he could now stand on his head. Look how perfect this little hat fits on our tiger. See, wasn't it worth cutting half your head off for? I had to do some trimming on the hat before I glued it on. I had to cut a dent in our tiger's head so the hat would sit on it correctly, and I also discovered a little hole that I plugged up with some extra flesh from my table. I got out some fabric fusion, but it was completely dried out. I had to use some other methods. I put a thin layer of glue and then stuck it on top of my tiger's head. I let it dry and put more puffy paint to make sure it was all held together correctly. After I let it dry, it was finally time for that white base coat, and I finally got to cover up those horrifying eyes. So now the tiger is completely white, and I know what you're thinking. Oh, so you're gonna make it a snow tiger. No, I'm going to be painting it gray because it's going to be a snow fox. This gray was so light, like I could barely tell where I was painting, but I'm just going to make the entire back of it gray and then do some facial markings on the front. I know the tail is not a foxtail, but I did not know what squishy I was going to use if I wanted to make it a foxtail, but now I'm just going to be painting the hat blue with some very chunky blue paint. Now I'm beginning to paint the markings on the front of the fox. I did a drawing in my phone, a very bad one, of what I wanted it to look like before looking up a picture of an actual fox and realizing that's not how their markings look, so I promptly fixed it. I know snow foxes are traditionally all white, but I just didn't want to make an all white squishy because I thought that was kind of boring, so I introduced the gray, and I'm just doing kind of traditional fox markings just with white. So I did go off camera and add some stuff. I gave her blush, pink inner ears, and finished painting the blue hat, but I also gave her a face. The nose and mouth are cute, but the eyes are actually horrifying. I'm currently trying to ignore the fact that the eyes are actually horrifying by painting the dark blue parts of the hat. I painted the white parts of the eyes, and they just look so chunky and so bad and oh so horrifying. What is that? Look at it. If you saw that in your room at 2 in the morning, you would be actually freaked out so bad. But I did fix it, okay? She does look really cute, okay? And later I do add some little snowflake highlights, but you have to see that in the after shots. Quick side note before I get started with her, this paint was the chunkiest paint that I've ever seen in my life. Did I still use it? Yes. But was it weird and bad? Yes. Anyways, back to the squishy. We're going to be starting with this little bear donut with little drips. We're going to be painting it this brown color, which was actually very chunky because of that white paint. But my idea for this is to cover the drips in chocolate, the inner ears, and paint the face in a chocolate color and make it a teddy bear, but as a donut and chocolate and good and amazing. This was my drying solution for it because I couldn't lay it down. This donut desperately needed another coat, and I'm just going to sweep through that because you honestly probably don't care about extra coats. After many layers that I did not show you, we're going to be using some brown puffy paint to look like the donut was dipped in chocolate. It's gonna look so good. I also added little inner ears, and I painted a cute little face with a cute little nose and mouth. I love it. It looks so cute. I've decided to save this little snowman, and he is so squishy and really soft. Actually, he takes forever to come back to shape, But even though his head is cut off, I have a really good idea for him. So we are going to get into painting. I'm starting with the white base coat, and also I noticed how weird his arms look. They almost look like wings, and he's shaped in such a way that I could paint this exactly like a bird. But unfortunately, his head is kind of cut off, so I can't do that. But I have a better idea for him, okay? Just trust, okay? This actually needed so many coats of white paint, but now that I've got the front done, I have to do the back because unfortunately it's not done. 4,000 coats of white paint later, and it is finally completely white. I can finally start adding details like his little blue scarf and his little pastel orange nose. Guys, I was trying to, it broke. What the heck? After my paint bottle broke, I decided to make his little eyes, and I decided to make them kind of far apart because I thought it was really cute. And I gave him a little frown because, drum roll please, my idea is to make him look like he's melting. I actually love him. He's so cute, but I'm adding some buttons, and now I'm adding the drips on his head to make it look like he's melting. Okay, so I promise this is the last squishy. I know this wasn't in the beginning, but this one was almost done and I couldn't resist doing it. I liked the blue of this already. I just darkened it a little and painted it like better because it was very splotchy and very uneven. I do end up changing this later, but I'm just making the topping, whatever is on top of this like little cake, I'm making it white. I also decided to clean up the edges of this little cake roll thing. It's not a cake roll. I don't know what this is. If you know what this is, please comment down below, but I'm just cleaning up the frosting on this because it was very bad and very sloppy, so it did take forever, but it's worth it in the end. Now I'm using a literal needle to paint very fine little snowflakes on here. This paint is very thick, so it's very hard to get really fine details, so I just had to use a freaking needle. But it works out in the end, and I actually really like it. It's super cute, but this actually took me forever. Now, this may be interesting to some people, but I'm going to be using some glitter paint to put some glitter on the cake roll thing to make it look like really sparkly and pretty and look like snow. I did accidentally buy this a couple years ago because I didn't look at the label close enough, and I did think it was white paint, but we just don't talk about that, okay? Okay, so then my sister gave me a really good idea. She said that the little lumps on top of this cake looked like little penguins, so she told me to make a little penguin family on top. I thought that was the cutest idea ever. I don't record all of it, like I just did the little black parts because I was focusing so hard on not making it look bad, but I think it looks freaking adorable. It's so cute. Okay, so here's the before for our little tiger, ripped neck, and here's the after. The neck is all sealed up, and she's got a cute little hat now, and she is no longer a tiger. She is a snow fox that may or may not look like a cat, but other than that, I love her. This is the before of the little donut. It's fine and all, but I love my version so much better. Like, look how cute he looks. He's so cute. He looks like a little teddy bear. I just want to hug and eat him all at the same time, and he's super duper squishy, and he's just so cute. This is a snowman. I am very proud of myself for repurposing a squishy that was just used for parts. I think the idea is cute and kind of funny, but I do not have before and after pictures for him, sorry. This is a little cake roll thing. I still don't know what it is, but I love the idea. I love the little penguin family on top. Overall, just so cute, and I think the glitter was actually a really good idea. I really like it. Thank you guys for watching this squishy makeover. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Also, please don't forget to go check out my Etsy shop. Link is in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please turn on that notification bell. I hope you liked all the squishies that I did do in this video. It ended up being a lot more than I thought. I love them all. I think they're so cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!